Okay, Capricorn, I'm finna do something a little bit different. I want to see what y'all learn in these past lives and the one life that you're in right now. So we're going to see what have you learned and, what did you do in a past life, to give you something about yourself, okay? And what did you learn? So let's go. Let's see what's going down, okay? So y'all like, share, subscribe, and all black magic is moving. Use your imagination. This will be for a lot of people. It won't be just for one. Now, what happened in you that you're in? What life are you doing right now? You're learning true love. You're learning how your love life. So you're working on learning about love. Some of you are learning about love. You're learning about love in this love relationship situation. What are you learning about? What are you learning about? What are you learning when it comes to love in a love relationship, Capricorn? What are you supposed to be learning in this life? What are you supposed to be learning in this life about love? What is Capricorn supposed to be learning in this life? You're supposed to be learning, forgiving, and learning. As you release and heal the past, you're experiencing more love in your present moment. So you have to learn forgiving what happened to you in your love life. You're learning forgiving and learning from your mistakes, and you're learning to forgive. So you're trying to learn to forgive, and all that right now, okay, from your past, okay, in this love, so you can further, in your love, okay, because sometimes we don't learn to forgive our past. We stay stuck because we think it ain't got nothing to do with it, but that's not true. It does have a lot. What else is you learning in this love connection? What else is you learning about this love connection that you're in? What else are you learning about this love connection that you're in, Spirit? You're learning about confusion and being unclear and how to give second chances and reconciliation. You're learning to be clear and let the confusion go away. So you're learning about your love life, when to give second chances, when to stop letting yourself feel like you're confused because you see something but you acting like you don't see it. That's it. That's what you're learning about your love life. You're learning to face it, and stop being unclear about it. Face up to it, deal with it. Run away never solve nothing. It just don't. Now, what happened in the past life and that happened to you, you had to learn how to keep your vows. In other words, somebody was a cheater or whatever in the past life, allegedly. So, what about this cheater? Somebody was a cheater. They did a lot of cheating in the past life. So give me something on this cheating. What led to this cheating? Why was this person they had to learn how to keep their vows? Why was they cheating so much? Somebody had to learn in this, the past life, they had to learn how to keep their vows. So what's the deal with learning how to keep your vows? Yeah, so they could get victory, they had to get strength and learn how to keep their vows. So somebody had to have a lot of strength in them and learn how to deal with keeping their vows and being loyal to their vows. So they were, you had to learn to be strong and always victorious with your love. You had to think beyond the box, And this happened in the past in the world. This was destined. You learned that. You learned how to keep your vows, okay? This an empress learned to keep their vows because there was a secret side. They didn't want you to keep your vows. They were tapping with you. And they didn't want you to keep these vows. So, you set your boundaries and you just moved away from a situation. Someone just moved away from a situation. They left it. They balanced it out and just left. That's what you did the best thing in your past life. Who stays with a person that cheats on you? That's not really making no sense to be with somebody that's gonna cheat on you anyway. Okay, let's see. Allegedly, what sign could you have been in this past life? What sign was you in the past life? What's your sign? Somebody could, let's see, what's the sign that you was in? Somebody could have been a Taurus in the past life. There was a Taurus that was doing a lot of cheating in the past life. They were cheating, a lot. So this could have been a Taurus that was doing a lot of cheating and was supposed to learn from it. Now, let's see. The arts. Somebody could have been in another past life an artist. Like they did music. They did something of celebrity. Somebody was a celebrity in the past life. Okay, give me something on the celebrity. Was this person, what did they do as a celebrity? Somebody was a celebrity and an artist. They played an instrument or they sung. They did something. What else did they do in this past life with this? What did this artist do? Let's see if it comes out here. What did this artist life purpose? What did they do in their life purpose? So somebody could have been an artist. Okay. Yes, somebody went to school for it. Somebody took a school and they traveled a lot. Somebody traveled a lot. And they had the strength to do it, to go get that dream. So they did it. Somebody was a true celebrity. They was pretty good. I'm hearing it in my. They really could play some instruments, man. Somebody really was good. So what happened when it came to this? What happened to you when you was a celebrity? So what happened to you when you was a celebrity? What went down? What happened to you when you was a celebrity? See, you got the Chariot. You was the Chariot here. What happened to you when you on this Chariot, in this car? There was some justice. There was something about an accident. So you was going to get justice. So somebody may have been taken out. And they're going to get justice. What happened to this person when they was on travel with this accident? What happened to this person? Yeah, this person, the Chariot came out again. Somebody must have had an accident and then they were dismembered, trigger warning, in the past life. And they was done in the mountains. So somebody was traveling with somebody that took somebody out allegedly. Let's go over to the next life. Somebody was on ships. Somebody used to be on ships. Somebody used to do a lot of going places on ships, seeing the world. They worked on a ship. And then somebody was in commercial living where there was hard times. The building was about to collapse. They had a hard time. Somebody did. Okay, what was happening, on these ships? What did you do on these ships? See, that's a top secret. Somebody was on these ships, but they was into a cult on these ships. And they were a serial killer. And somebody was committing suicide, making people commit suicide. So somebody worked as assassin, basically, they'd have been assassin in a past life. Okay, what is this commercial living? What happened with this commercial living? Okay, this commercial living was something about, hold on. So something went on. Well, what happened with this commercial living? Whoops, that's too many, y'all. I might not can do it, y'all. What happened in this commercial living when you was in this other past life? What happened to this commercial living? It was something about you finally got out because you got inheritance. That's what happened. The emperor. So you got inheritance that got you out of that, and you was able to build you a firm foundation. You was able to build you a company. So you was able to succeed and make your own business. So you had your own business in the past life, and you was really successful. Allegedly. Y'all like, share, and subscribe, and thank y'all. This is just a brief to give you something what you may didn't know what you was. Like, share, and subscribe.